You've probably restarted your life about 14 times by now. New year, new you. Monday, fresh start. This time will be different. Except it's never different. You burn hot for 2 weeks, build momentum, feel unstoppable. Then life happens, and you're back to scrolling, snacking, and wondering why you can't just stick to anything. The problem is not your willpower. The problem is you're using a motivation-based approach in a world where motivation dies every 72 hours. What you need is a system that works when you feel like garbage. A protocol so simple your brain can't resist it. That's what this is. This is a 12-week protocol built on behavioral psychology, not inspiration. It rewires how you process change, builds identity through micro-wins, and creates momentum so strong that failing becomes harder than succeeding. No hype, no speeches, just the system. Here's how it works. 12 weeks, 3 phases, 4 weeks per phase. Each phase targets a different layer of transformation. Physical, mental, relational. By the end, you're not the same person who started. Not because you tried harder, because you built different. Phase 1 is weeks 1 through 4. This phase is about physical reset. Your body is the foundation. If your body is chaos, your mind will be chaos. You're not training for a marathon. You're teaching your nervous system that you control it, not the other way around. Week 1, the only rule is this. Move for 20 minutes every single day. Not exercise. Move, walk, stretch, shadow box in your living room. Dance like an idiot. Doesn't matter. The goal is not fitness. The goal is proving to yourself that you can do something every day for 7 days straight. Most people can't. You will. That's the first identity shift. You're someone who keeps promises to yourself. Week 2, you add sleep discipline. Pick a bedtime. Same time every night. No exceptions. Set an alarm for 30 minutes before that time. When it goes off, you start winding down. No screens, no arguments, no deep thinking. You're teaching your brain that sleep is non-negotiable. Poor sleep destroys decision-making, mood, discipline. Fix sleep, everything else gets easier. Week 3, you add nutrition structure, not a diet. Structure, eat 3 meals a day, no snacking between meals. Doesn't matter what you eat yet. The goal is teaching your body to expect food at specific times, and nothing in between. You're breaking the habit of constant grazing. You're creating boundaries. Discipline is just boundaries you enforce on yourself. Week 4, you combine all 3. Movement every day. Sleep discipline every night. 3 structured meals. You've now done this for 4 weeks. Your body feels different. Not ripped, different. You wake up with energy. You're not riding blood sugar spikes all day. You've proven you can control basic physical systems. That proof is the foundation for everything else. Phase 2 is weeks 5 through 8. This phase is about mental reset. Your mind is a prediction machine. It's constantly running simulations of what happens next, based on past experiences. If your past is filled with failures, your brain predicts more failure and sabotages anything that contradicts that prediction. You have to give it new data. Week 5, you start a daily thought audit. Every night before bed, you write 3 thoughts you had during the day that were objectively false. Not bad thoughts, false thoughts. I'm too far behind. False. You're exactly where you are, and you can move forward from here. I'll never be disciplined. False. You've been disciplined for 4 weeks straight on movement, sleep, and eating. You write 3 false thoughts every night. You're teaching your brain to catch its own lies. Week 6, you add a skill stack. Pick one skill you've always wanted to learn but convinced yourself you can't. Guitar, coding, chess, drawing, a new language. Spend 15 minutes per day learning it. The goal is not mastery. The goal is proving to yourself that you can acquire new skills. Your brain thinks you're stuck at your current level forever. You're showing it evidence that you can grow. Evidence defeats limiting beliefs faster than affirmations ever will. Week 7, You add consumption control. This is the hardest one. Track how much time you spend consuming versus creating. Consuming is scrolling, watching, reading. Creating is writing, building, making anything. For most people, the ratio is 90 consuming, 10 creating. Your goal is to flip that to 60-40 by the end of the week. Cut your consumption in half. Use that time to create something. A blog post, a video, a drawing, code, anything. You're shifting from passive to active. That shift changes how you see yourself. Week 8. You combine all three. Daily thought audit. Skill stack 15 minutes. Consumption ratio 60-40. You've now spent 4 weeks training your brain to catch lies, build skills, and create instead of consume. Your mental operating system is different. You think differently. You see possibilities instead of obstacles. You have evidence that you can grow, learn, and control your attention. That's the second identity shift. Phase 3 is weeks 9 through 12. This phase is about relational reset. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If those 5 people are going nowhere, you're going nowhere. This phase forces you to audit and upgrade your social environment. Week 9, you do a relationship audit. List the 10 people you interact with most frequently. For each person, answer honestly. Do they inspire me to improve or enable me to stay comfortable? Do they challenge me or validate my excuses? Do they have goals or just complaints? You're not judging them. You're assessing fit. A good person in the wrong season of your life is still the wrong choice. Week 10, you reduce exposure to 3 people from that list who are holding you back. You don't ghost them. You don't burn bridges. You just stop initiating. You stop being available every time they reach out. You create space. This will feel uncomfortable. Do it anyway. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It's survival. Week 11, you add exposure to new people who are ahead of where you want to be. Join a community, take a class, go to meetups, engage in online forums where people are doing what you want to do. You're not networking. You're surrounding yourself with evidence that your goals are achievable because other people are already doing them. Proximity is persuasive. You start to believe what you see repeatedly. Week 12. You combine all 3. Relationship audit complete. Reduced exposure to energy drains. Increased exposure to high performers. Your environment has shifted. The voices in your head are different because the voices around you are different. This is the third identity shift. You're now someone who chooses their environment intentionally instead of accepting whatever shows up. Let's talk about what happens at the end of 12 weeks. You've built 3 new identities: physical discipline, mental growth, relational intentionality. These are not goals. These are identity shifts. And identity drives behavior far more powerfully than motivation ever could. Motivation says, I want to work out. Identity says, I'm someone who moves every day. Motivation says, I should learn something new. Identity says, I'm someone who stacks skills. Motivation says, I need better friends. Identity says, I'm someone who chooses my environment. See the difference. Motivation is a feeling. Identity is a fact. You've spent 12 weeks building facts. 20 minutes of movement daily for 12 weeks is 1680 minutes of proof. Sleep discipline every night for 12 weeks is 84 nights of proof. Skill stacking 15 minutes daily for 8 weeks is 840 minutes of proof. You didn't hope. You did. And doing creates identity. Here's the part nobody tells you. After 12 weeks, continuing is easier than stopping. Your brain has adapted. The new behaviors are now baseline. Going back to chaos feels wrong because your nervous system has recalibrated to structure. You've built momentum, and objects in motion stay in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. So what happens next? You run the protocol again. Same structure, new targets. Phase 1, upgrade physical, add strength training, dial in nutrition quality. Phase 2, upgrade mental, learn a harder skill, read deeper books. Phase 3, upgrade relational, join a mastermind, find a mentor, You keep stacking 12-week cycles, and after a year, you're unrecognizable. Most people fail because they try to change everything at once. The brain sees massive change as a threat and sabotages it. This protocol works because it's gradual, structured, and evidence-based. You build one layer, stabilize. Build the next layer, stabilize. By the time you're done, the foundation is so solid you can't collapse it, even if you tried. Here's your action plan. Start week 1 tomorrow. Not Monday, tomorrow. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Move, walk, dance, shadowbox, anything. Do it every day for 7 days. That's it. Don't think about week 2 yet. Just prove you can do 7 days. Once you do, you'll believe you can do the rest. And belief built on evidence is unstoppable. The world will keep selling you motivation, hype videos, inspiring quotes, massive action challenges. Let them. While they're riding emotional highs and crashing 2 weeks later, you'll be in week 6, learning a new skill, catching false thoughts, flipping your consumption ratio, building quiet momentum that doesn't need applause to continue. 12 weeks. One identity shift at a time. Physical, mental, relational, that's the system. No shortcuts, no hacks, just the protocol. Now here's my question for you. If you committed to this protocol right now, which phase do you think will be hardest for you? Physical reset, mental reset, or relational reset? Drop your answer in the comments. Subscribe for more frameworks that work when motivation dies. And remember, the person disciplined enough to follow a boring system for 12 weeks is exactly the person who deserves the transformation at the end.